I see a lot of people asking, how do I quickly become like the #1 hypnotherapist, NLP, coach, whatever you're doing in the industry, because it is so oversaturated. There's so many people, with a product or an offer like me. How do I stand out? Well, aside from like differentiation, which we'll talk about in another video, there's a real simple thing you guys can do to pretty much become the #1 expert, no matter how much experience you have. And that is to practice. Like, practice more intensely than everybody else, practice more often, and be more consistent. But my thing was, what do I actually practice on? Well, what I see a lot of people doing, therapists and coaches alike, is they're spending all of their time and effort like trying to look good, like trying to look the expert, trying to act as the expert, and they're not really spending the right time in the right places, which is practicing the things that actually get you clients and grow a business in the first place. And I really think a lot of people put more emphasis on trying to look good and concentrating on the aesthetic side of things because they aren't good, and they're sort of covering that stuff up. It's a better, more efficient use of time to practice to become good than spend all your time looking good. So what exactly do I mean by this? Well, if you're spending your time on things like, professional headshots, the way your website looks, logos, business names, trying to, stand on stage and talk about your story, heaven forbid, you're sort of like practicing how to tell your story better. I've seen a lot of those courses out there, like learn how to tell your story so it captivates your audience. The aesthetics of your videos, the reels, the subtitles, putting all the makeup, getting the right lighting, getting professionals to come in and record your stuff so it looks like someone's professionally interviewing you. These are all the places where your time is not well spent, because these are the things that are not going to get clients. So to switch that around, your time should be spent on practicing strategy calls, practicing sales calls, practicing social media. Like, if you don't like doing Facebook Lives and YouTube videos, which are a massive part of business, because you might say, well, I don't know how to do them, you have to practice them. Having perfect lighting and having all the right aesthetics is not going to cover up for crappy information or crappy content. Also, spending your time on the therapy side of things. Like, if you're spending all your time learning how to put a client deeper, or better suggestibility tests, or practicing language patterns, or trying to memorize meta models and all that sort of stuff, these are all the places that have really no contribution to a breakthrough. Your time should be spent on things like the hypnotic interview, finding the root cause, doing the actual therapy, learning what processing is, learning how to test your clients properly to speed up results. That's where your time should be spent. So the easiest way to become #1 and stand out from everybody else is to practice getting good, not practice trying to look good. So if your time is spent on all the social media stuff and it's all about you, all about the aesthetics, all about your story, worrying about logos and business names, you're putting your energy into the wrong place. There's only really a few activities inside a business that'll actually get you clients, and those things aren't them. Like, an example of this is like, the profile picture that I have across all my social media was a picture I took like 10 years ago. I had a friend take it on her iPhone, and I use that. I don't change it. My logo took like 1 minute to make on Canva. My business name for my company took like 1 minute to come up with, which is just my name. The website, which we, sporadically update, and that's just to make it a little bit more fresh. I don't spend a lot of time on it. I mean, half the pages on my website don't even work. Half the downloads and stuff don't even work. I'm not spending my time trying to get on stage, talk on podcasts and all that sort of stuff. I'm not changing my logos every 2 seconds. It's sort of pretty obvious where you can see people spending a lot of their time. And I can guarantee these are the people that are spending their time here are the brokers, therapists, and coaches out there, because every week or so, I see them changing their profile picture. Every week or so, they've added more pages to their website. So they've changed their business name. They've changed their product name. They change their niche every couple of days. They're getting professional headshots, because the time is spent here. It's almost like they're trying to avoid all the not so fun stuff, which is, actually doing the work to get clients. So again, easiest way to become #1 in your niche, guys, and stand out in very oversaturated markets. Practice on the things that get you clients. Strategy calls, getting better at social media, providing good content like this, getting faster at therapy, learning to monetize, what you do with your clients and the products that you have, learning to systemize your day, learning to be more consistent. These are the things, although they're probably pretty boring for most people, that are actually going to amount to paid clients. So Stop worrying about the aesthetics and trying to look good. Practice, getting really good at what you do, and that'll always stand out.